A real quick disclaimer before we hop into today's email for the replay review. Over the last few weeks, I've been doing a lot of tip videos and replay review videos for Halo 4. I want to let you all know that, I am no beast, I am no Grizz at this game, I'm no pro, I'm far from the great players. I'm just a casual guy who, tries to be a student of the game. I've said this on my channel a lot. A student of the game just means I try and take what I learn and share it with you all, and then you all become students of the game alongside me. So I don't want you thinking through all this replay review work and all these videos that I'm producing that I'm some beast authority on Halo. No, I'm just a casual player who's been playing for a while, who also likes to make videos. And some people find them helpful, and to that, cool, I like that, I appreciate it. So I don't want you ever thinking through all these tip and replay reviews and stuff like that I'm some, like I said, beast authority on Halo. I'm not. I'm just a casual person who likes to make videos, and you all are very nice and continue to watch them. So enough wasting time. Let's get into the email. Today from Duke, who's from the United States, and he's been playing Halo since June 2012. It's a Regicide on Abandon. It's a pretty fun gameplay, I might say. The description: a pretty good gameplay. Most of the battles that I engage 1v1, I win. I'm having trouble with decision making though. I'm not sure to go after the king or turn around and kill the person who spawned behind me. I get a couple nice kills and an overkill to win it. Oh, spoiler alert. Also, I'm having trouble staying alive / knowing where to go as the king. I wonder if you have any tips on how to escape fights. Also, I would like advice on choosing my battles, knowing when to stay and fight, and knowing when to run / stay behind cover, or when to chase. I jump out and try to finish off somebody and I get killed myself 1 point. Thanks and have a great day. Awesome. Thank you for the submission. Let's hop into the replay. So Duke brings up some really good points and asks for some really sanked advice. I feel like tips for escaping fights, some difficulty with decision making, and that can be seen later in the game with his movement and knowing when to engage. Right off the bat, I really like this push here to get this scatter shot. Power weapon is really important, and it allows you to control the game off the bat really quickly. I wanted to add that I am going to be sticking with the new format. You guys gave me great feedback, thank you for letting me know, but I think we're going to stick with this format for a while, and maybe if we see fit down the road, go back to the longer videos. But I will probably be jumping around in this replay because I think I can find moments that help me demonstrate the 3 points that you would like help on. The escaping fights, the difficulty with decision making, basically knowing when to engage or disengage, and then finally decision making, which comes down a lot to map movement. One thing I do want to point out in this sequence here is and throughout the game, your aim could definitely use a little bit of work. I understand that, aim is always something that we are refining. We're all at different levels of how precise we are, and the more you play, the more precise it gets. But if I can just encourage you to really focus on timing your shots and watching a replay back like what we're doing right now in slow motion, to preview the shots and preview, how well are you hitting your opponent, basically. So as you can see there, the slow motion showed us that many shots were missed, and you got very lucky here with the timing of the OS, or maybe just very smart. Let's put it that way. Not luck, but very smart with your timing of the OS pop right there. Getting the guy in the face, which is great, and controlling Ring 3. Abandon is a difficult map on Regicide. Every map is hard on Regicide. And I'm a little bit interested, real quickly, to talk about your loadout setup. You're using jetpack and the plasma pistol. And on this map, especially if you're planning on controlling Ring 3, why not a bolt shot? I just ask, why not a bolt shot up on top there? It lets you cover the lifts much easier and hold your ground, I feel, in a little bit more safer manner. The plasma pistol is great if you want to shut down it like a 1v1 shield kind of type of engagement, or even, shut down vehicles big team. But bolt shot just seems to be so powerful to me to have a mini shotgun in my pocket. So you get the King Hood, and this is where, jetpack isn't really going to help you out. Good last-ditch nade there, sticking the guy. With jetpack, unless you're lifting up to, Ring 4 and using it really offensive, well, you can't use jetpack offensively, but using it to get to really offensive positions like Ring 3 or Ring 4, I don't think that jetpack helps you a lot in an FFA type of game. But I'm probably wrong there. I like Promethean Vision. I know that's a little bit cheap, but I read an article on Halo Council talking about, why is it cheap? Because it's effective, right? And Promethean Vision in an FFA game type is super effective, especially since the other team, when you're the king, since the other team can see you, why on earth wouldn't you want to be able to see them, right? So, just trying to even the field, I guess, giving everybody laser beams of death. So I'm probably going to skip ahead here after this next little sequence. Yep. All right, we jumped. Where are we jumping? All right, we're further ahead in the gameplay, and we're going to be talking about when to engage and when to disengage. In this situation, you absolutely want to engage because when you first saw him show up, now I'm going to show you, both of your shields are at the same level now, but when you first saw him show up, his shields were already down one shot. You could tell by the way his exterior was glowing. You can always tell, like, if a person's shield are dropped, basically, by their outer appearance. You can tell, that's why you can tell when somebody's one shot, they do that little glitchy effect. And when somebody's getting weaker and weaker, you can see that, you know, as you're shooting them, you can see the shields pop, which is always something cool in Halo. Now here is a second chance to take a look and see who has the advantage. He's got the height advantage, the railing, and a grenade, and he's got like a little sliver of extra shielding. That's a situation where you don't want to engage, and you have to be able to make those reads really quickly. In that situation, you escaped down below you. If you would have been watching the radar really closely, which is hard to do when you're in those situations and you're like gunfighting a guy, the escaping isn't going to happen at all. You asked earlier how to escape, basically, or tips on escaping fights. Is really hard when you're the king, first of all. But second of all, it requires multitasking like none other. You have to be just glancing at your radar again and again and again. Here's this lack of decision making that you mentioned, and it's visible in your movement. There was really no reason for you to just drop over the edge right there, other than the fact that you saw a blip on your radar. Now, if you actually look at the radar, you'll see that he's behind you and now has a really good position to flank you. As you run back up to ring 3 and take a look, you shouldn't be moving just to move. You need to be moving with a purpose, and that's just an unfortunate grenade circumstance right there. Moving with a purpose is moving towards other gunshots, not moving towards the red blips or the dots on the radar, if that makes sense. As you say, the 1v1 fights, you do end up winning quite a bit, but a lot of times you're not in a good position to take a fight. Listen, throughout this replay, you are the first one firing shots a lot of times, and this is not what you want to do in free-for-all. Free-for-all, it's all about waiting for two other silly sods to get in an engagement, and then you go in there and try and steal both of them or clean them up while they're weak. They do all the hard work of, you know, taking each other's shields out. And I want to point out again here, near the end, you're running back to where you died pretty frequently. Check it out. You know, again, you're going to run right back towards where you were dying and start shooting towards that area of the map. That gives your opponent a real easy advantage because you're just running back towards him. His gun's up, he's stoked, he's getting multi-kills, etc. So really, when you're moving about the map, try and structure it around listening for other gunfights, and please do not engage first unless it's absolutely necessary. So, like, really weird. I don't know what that turquoise guy was doing right there, but is the double in trouble? Maybe? Yes? Bro? Yeah? I don't know. No, way too late for the double, but he does end up cleaning the guy up, reloading a little too early, gets the nice back in cure, over to the triple, and yes, cleaning it up for the win. Nice overkill to finish it off. I'll see you in the bullet points. There's much to talk about, good sir. Thanks for the replay. Hopefully my bullet points will help with the questions you asked earlier in the email. So right off the bat, refine your aim. There were situations in the game where I just thought your aim could have been a little bit tighter, and by playing the game more, or maybe settling on a lower sensitivity or a sensitivity you're more comfortable with, I think in the end you will be able to beast a little bit more, and yeah, it should overall help. That's something we can always work on in all of our gameplays. Escaping fights requires the use of the radar. If you are in an engagement that you decide that you want to get out of and get away from it, you have to be watching the radar, and you have to be able to multitask. If you're in a gunfight and you're looking to kill a guy, then get down to ring 1, as you were earlier in the game. You have to focus on glancing at that radar out of the corner of your eye, or just taking a quick peek at it and back to the gunfight, because that'll control your movement when you actually do drop down and escape. Because escaping is quite difficult in Halo 4, especially since they stutter your step as you sprint away. And then finally, knowing when to engage. Gunfights occur extremely quickly, and you have to react very fast. So it's something that has to be refined over a lot of time because the decisions happen so quick. Oh, he's got high ground. He's got power weapon. Oh, I shouldn't take that fight. Oh, I've got the shield advantage, and I've got a bolt shot. I should totally take this fight. Those kind of situations and learning when to read are completely situational, and you have to play the game more to understand when you have an advantage. Engage when you have the advantage. Do not engage when you have the disadvantage, and really focus your movement. Decision making isn't just gunfights, it's movement as well. Try not to run back where you died, and really try not to be that guy firing the first shot, because it'll help you in the long run when you're trying to clean up other people's engagements rather than start some of your own. I hope those bullet points and this replay review helped. My name is BBK Dragoon. I'm trying to do these as quickly as possible, and I thank you for your continued viewership and your understanding that I am not like the master of Halo. No, just a casual person who likes to make videos. These are completely my opinion, and they're probably wrong because most opinions are. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. Cheers.